Good people, welcome back to the conversation with Josh and Elijah, home to raw, honest, and relevant discussion from a young adult perspective. I'm Josh, and I'm here to welcome you to a new series here on the conversation, Relationship Perspectives, where we'll be talking to people about their perspectives on romantic partnerships. Today, we're going to hear from 4 young adult women, but Elijah and I will not be a part of the conversation. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, sit back, listen, and let today's message bless you.
Hey you guys, it's your girl Courtney. I'm a student at The Ohio State University. You can follow me on Instagram at _Courtney with 2 Y's.
Hi everyone, my name is Jocelyn Bridges. I go to Columbus State Community College, and you can follow me on Instagram, Josie, Josie _ bear 116.
Hi, my name is Haley Tillman. I go to Georgetown College, and you can follow me on Instagram at Haley London.
Hi, I'm Angie. I go to OSU, and you can follow me at _LUXANG.
All right, cool. So right now we're about to get started into hot take. So true or false, ladies, a man should make as much or more than a woman he's dating. True or false?
This shouldn't just be a true or false.
It's such a loaded question. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with false because, like, at what position, like, at what point in the relationship, like, let's say, like, fresh out of college, if I'm making more than you and putting you through medical school or like something like that, that's okay. Or like down the line, if like I feel like roles tend to switch a lot, so I'm gonna go with false.
I'm just going to say false. Like, as long as you're working and you're not like a bum and just sitting on the couch and I'm doing all the work, then false.
False for me too, because it shouldn't matter. I could understand if you were like married, then it would be different if the man had more money than the woman because the man is the head of the household. So I would say false.
So wait, are you saying like if they were married then it would be true?
Not saying that it would be true, but it could be possible
be
if the man
more.
did have more because the man is the head of the household. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so for me, I would say in the context of marriage, like, you know, the man is the provider, right? And so as long as he's paying the majority of the expenses, which is his role, then I don't think it doesn't matter whether he does make as much or more than you because, again, he's fulfilling his job. And I think it's more so as a preference that a woman could have. And it also could go by maybe that's just something you would like to have for your, like, relationship. And as long as they're taking care of their finances. So before you guys get married, while they're dating, check your finances then. If he's taking care of his bills, if he's doing everything that he has to do, then you don't have to worry about whether he makes as much or more than you. That's my opinion. So I would say
I
false.
agree about the preference part. That was good.
But also with me though, I'm gonna say, listen, okay, I'm all for making sense, all right? So if you know, it happens and I'm making more than you, there definitely is a level of respect there that I'm open to my man making less than me, but like if you're not like, if I'm paying your water bill and you disrespecting me, it's gonna be an issue. Like, I don't know, like I feel like there's a certain level of respect that comes, and also like honestly, I feel like men have a really big issue with submitting, and like, so I feel like this is more a question towards like men for real.
It's like in their best interest to pay the
like
to
for
make more
real,
money.
because you're gonna be hurt if you gotta check with me before you buy anything.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be personal.
So it's really
It's going to be a
like-
personal issue.
If you don't want to beef with me, then get your bag, get it together, because
basically.
yeah.
That was a good
great.
little input.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's transition into like some of the discussion questions. So, in your opinion, what makes a relationship healthy? And try to define what healthy is to you.
I just make the face because there's just so many aspects.
Like healthy.
Yeah. Respect.
That's a hard one. Healthy. Healthy.
Respect. Good communication. Anybody else want to chime in?
Honest,
Honesty. That's good, Jocelyn.
trustworthy. I should be able to trust you. With the respect, I think like being a gentleman, opening the door for me, closing it back for me after I get out the car, be willing to pay. If I go to the gas station, you're like, I'll pump the gas for you. Instead of you sitting in the passenger seat and I'm pumping the gas, you know?
But I feel like with that, though, I feel like that's really big on preference, though.
Yeah.
And I feel like with healthiness, like healthiness isn't really like a preference thing. It's like the foundation, the bare minimum. So it's like, what is health? Like universally, what is healthy?
Equally yoked.
And I just
that's
don't
good.
know, like health. I would think like communication, I guess, is healthy. Good, like that's the only one thing that I can really, really say that like is like universally healthy. Because I have some friends who like really just don't care if like their man pumped their own gas. Like they want to save the world and pump their like do you like?
I would say respect as well, though, because if you don't have respect, then you can't have good communication. Like, we can have good communication, but if you don't respect me, then you're going to be disrespecting me when we communicate. You know?
Literally.
And like what you said, Haley, I think first and foremost, equally yoked and putting God ahead of your relationship, that's going to make the relationship healthy.
Yeah.
Because if you have one person that has a relationship with God and the other person is going out and doing what they want to do, then
You guys
both
are not
going to
gonna be on the
equally
same
yoked.
page.
Yeah. Seeing each other as equals is so important. It's like so vital. I think I was talking about this with my brother yesterday. He was telling me that it is so important that both the man and the woman see each other as equals. One doesn't feel like they're superior over the other. One doesn't feel like, oh, I'm better at like a communication or honesty or whatever than you are. And that shouldn't be the case, because if you don't respect your partner, then there's no way you guys can move forward at all.
Really?
Right.
That's just that. And then also I think another thing with having a healthy relationship is balancing like your relationship and your individuality at the same
Yeah,
time.
that's good.
You know, like you don't have to spend every waking moment with them, even though you want to. There's just gonna be times where you guys can't do that.
Yeah.
So you just gotta just respect their boundaries too. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Don't-
Boundaries definitely.
So
And humility.
Yeah.
My
Yes.
mother and I were talking, because I'm just going to take this as like in every relationship, even relationship with like your friends and your parents. My mother and I used to like struggle a lot with like humility, because she thinks I was not humble at all. I am. But yeah, like I think humility and just being humble in a relationship goes a long way, because if we're both like up here, someone gonna have to get knocked down.
Right.
And I get to knocking.
And I feel like that goes back on what she said about seeing each other as equals. So
Yeah.
that plays into that too.
Yeah. Oh, and support one another too.
Yeah.
Like be there for real. Like if something bad is going on or something good, make sure like they can feel that support from you too. You know, because a lot of people can like detect that.
No, for real.
Which is a problem. So
And people be fighting demons out here for real, like
yeah.
demons. Just
You
felt that way?
yeah. So what about like managing conflict? Do you feel like that's also healthy for a relationship?
Listen, I'm gonna
Yeah.
step this one out, because I'm still working. Yo, God is still working on me
Yes.
in conflict, and I'm learning not,
Right.
I think you have
don't
to
know.
be able to managing conflict. I think you have to be able to understand your flaws and understand the person's flaws as well, instead of like blaming everything on like your partner. Being able to accept that like you're not perfect, they're not perfect either. So that goes back to like the humbling, how like having humility, like seeing the person as an equal, being humble, and being able to have healthy communication when there is conflict, and not thinking that you're superior over the next person.
Yeah, because a lot of the times, like, it doesn't have to be for a guy, but it can be for the girl, too. They'll have, like, conflict between each other, and then they're like, oh, I'm done with this conversation, walk away. It's still not fixed if y'all haven't communicated or taken it to God, because if y'all just both gonna walk away, the situation still hasn't been solved. So,
Right.
yeah.
I'm big on walking away when things first pop. Because, okay, I have, like, this thing where, like, when, like, conflict first arises, like, I like, hit a pause. Like, we just both need a timeout really fast. Because one thing about me is come correct or don't come at all. Because I don't care. Like, I've even lost friendships over this. Like, I don't care if you're mad. What you say when you're mad is still what you said. Like, stand behind what you said. So if you're mad at me, we can take a little 5-minute breather, 10-minute breather. Like, let's... Because if you commit me crazy, I'm going to commit you psychotic, and it's going to be bad. So I am big on walking away initially, but, I mean, at some point there does have to be like a, like, don't walk away forever and just, like, let things blow over. Or, like, there definitely needs to be, like, actual conversations had and things. But initially, I'm very big on Let's not.
Okay, well, question. So when you do walk away, do you feel like, okay, this is too overwhelming for me to handle? Like, I literally physically cannot be in the same room with you and talk with you about this? Or do you feel like it stems from somewhere else?
So listen, I've noticed that when I get into it with people, I start laughing. And that makes people mad. People don't.
Why do you laugh?
Because it's funny, like, because you're really upset. Like, you sound hurt. Like, I make jokes in all situations. Okay. And I realize people don't like that.
So you're like low-key suppressing their feelings in a way.
Yeah, and it kind of comes off as invalidating people's feelings too.
Okay, so
I
I
would
can see why they get mad.
People can't take. Personally, in my relationships, I can't take serious conversations seriously.
Okay.
And that's
Why are
something
you
I
mad?
struggle with. That's
You that
something
mad
that's
for real?
not
Like-
okay, but I struggle with that. I can't take serious conversations seriously. So that's when it's good
Literally.
to, okay, let's take the 5 minutes, let's take the 10 minutes so I can regroup. I need to figure, sometimes like when we're arguing, if I have a significant other, we need to take a second, figure out what I need to say so I can take the conversation serious.
And also,
we can have a productive conversation.
I talk when I'm mad, like, da-da-da-da-da. That's why your hairline receded. Like, I go there.
Fingers and all, huh?
No, I go
The fingers and all.
No, y'all see my road rage. Like, no, I go there. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go and let God. Because if God let me, God give me the patience. Because if He give me the strength, I'm going to kill him. So I'm going to walk away.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
It can
That's
be like
funny. No, I completely agree because I low-key be trying to hurt feelings, but I was like, let me not do that because it's kind of wrong.
But sometimes it just, like I said, God's working on all of us. Amen. He gon', He gonna take us there.
Oh, well, okay, let's just move on to the next question real quick.
Dang, Courtney, what you we'll talk afterwards. We can talk.
Angie, no, you said that's what your hairline receded. I was like, sheesh.
Listen, but like for the record, y'all, I'm in therapy, okay? I am working on me, okay?
Yo.
Listen.
That's good.
Yo.
That's good.
What you trying to say?
No, that's a good thing.
Yo.
That's a good thing.
said,
Being able
please.
to say, I need to go work on myself. That's the best thing.
She said, yes, please do not lose contact with your therapist, Angie. You need it. That's what.
No,
that's
no. It's
That's
just
what
good
she
to know
said.
that you're
Haley,
getting
that's
the
what she
help.
said is- No, Haley, that's what she said.
Okay, stop. Next question.
Oh, okay, yo. That's funny. Okay, so would be, what are 3 of the most important standards to have in a relationship? Do you think your standards are fair or unrealistic?
3 standards. Standards.
Okay, what are three most standards to have in a relationship, do you think? Okay.
Do you think they're fair and realistic?
There can be physical standards. There's, I guess, most important.
I feel like physical standards are kind of unrealistic because one thing about God is good to ruin your plans before your plans ruin you.
That's good.
Word to my mentor, like she tells me that all the time. Like, so I feel like physical standards are very unrealistic because you thinking you about to get you a 6'5" chocolate man, and God says
And
no.
you be 5 feet tall. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, chill out, because my brothers, we all like 5 feet something.
But God said, hey, your love is in a 5'9" package, and you're gonna be happy with that. And that's why I'm saying I feel like physical standards are kind of unrealistic but God, because
Yeah.
So I gave up on my physical standards at this point, God, you got it. Like, you got it, God.
Yeah.
What are the 3 most important? I would say for me that one of them is, I won't go through all 3 because I can't think of them, but one would just be you have a desire for God, you have a relationship with God. I would say that's number 1, is God being the most important in your life and you're actively like seeking Him.
I feel that. Like, definitely just with my walk with God, that used to not be a standard with me, but it's like, the closer I'm getting with God, I'm at church like a lot because generally I love my church family and like it's a good place like to be. And it's like, if I'm with someone who's not very, godly and you're like, why are you always at church? I'm gonna just be like, why are you always ugly? Like, it's like, I think I need that, like, I need, it's a balance or like somewhere to meet in the middle. Like, right. God, now as I'm getting older and getting more, spiritual, it's kind of like, I mean, we can kick it, but it's like, if you don't believe in God, then I don't know.
Yeah. And I guess to like elaborate on what I said about like a standard being like seeking God and having a desire for it. It's like, are you living the word out? Like, not are you just posting the Bible scripture or saying that you love God or wearing the t-shirt, but like, is that active in your walk? Is that obvious when you're in your classroom? Is that obvious when you're on your sports team? Like when you're with your friends, like, do you have a desire for God, and are you really seeking him? And does it show in your actions?
Are you intentional?
Yeah.
I don't mean to come for nobody, but
Oh,
I
God,
was
y'all
no,
should finish shots.
because I was thinking about this lately, and I'm like, we want so much from men, you know what I'm saying? But what are we doing as women?
I've had that
right?
thought recently.
So,
I've really been.
It's like, I want a godly man. I want a guy that prays. I want a guy.
But
that
what am
fasts.
I? What
want
are
this.
you
It's
doing?
like, but
What am
are
I
you
doing?
with
Yeah.
God? And sometimes
Man.
God doesn't give you that
Put your
until
head down,
you
Josh.
Until you
Put
have
your head
yourself
down.
together. That's
Because
good.
Elijah, we could go there.
because God's like, oh, you want him to pray? You don't pray to me. So
Yeah.
So it's like
That's the one.
good.
you know what I'm saying?
good
So it's like,
because-
what are you doing? Are you being intentional for someone who's also being intentional with God?
Are
you
you
know,
working
like
on yourself?
yeah.
No wonder why God hasn't
Yeah.
sent you that godly man,
Yeah.
because
I
you
got
looking.
checked once, y'all.
Yeah.
Like with my ex, we're still really cool. He was like, Angie, for someone always trying to get me to read a Bible, do you own the Bible? I said, whoa. I said, because you in my business. Don't do that. Like,
Yeah, but are you like because
I
like
was
are you
looking
in
at
your
him like,
word?
you know what, you have a
You know what I'm
point.
saying? Like you want him to know every scripture of the Bible. It's like you don't even know
He's
one.
like, hey,
you know?
spit 3 verses right now for me. I said, whoa,
No.
3.
Yeah.
That
Like
was
all
good.
3?
That was really.
Yeah,
That was
for
really
real.
good.
And then we always try to talk about like, oh, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. It's just like, but there's
are
more
you?
to it. There is
But are
more
you?
to it.
Yeah.
You really gotta be checking yourself. I wasn't asking her, not you. I wasn't asking you. No, I was pointing to you saying like you right.
I put it to me. I'm like, wait, I ain't never said I was a Proverbs 31 woman. I ain't never posted that on the internet.
No. Because people be swerving and like, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. It's just like, girl, no.
I was like,
you're
I
not
have
right.
never posted
No, you're
that
not.
anywhere on Instagram.
You
'Cause I
know?
know I'm working on
You
me.
know, my dad, he always tells me like, at the time, this was before I got into my first relationship, which Josh, by the way. But
Hey, first lady and pastor in the house. Hey.
Oh yeah, so yeah, if anybody don't know, Josh is my boyfriend. Shout out to you, babe.
Shout out to First Lady Courtney.
Anyway, but my dad would always tell me. He said, if you looking for your husband, you should not be. He should be finding you working. He should be finding you working in the field. So like while he's over here working towards finding you, you should be over here still loving the Lord, because your husband is the father. Anyway, like me, I wear this ring every day to keep a promise to God that before he sends my husband, the Lord is my husband. And I have to honor that vow. So it's really like, what are you doing? What intentions are you doing to be that woman that God wants you to be for that man? You know, y'all both have to come together as equals, but how can you do that if you guys aren't on that same level? You know, and that has nothing to be with like physical, financial, or something like that. That also is in a spiritual level too.
Period.
So,
Yeah.
Also, y'all, God willing, when Josh and Courtney get married, I'm the flower girl. In case y'all didn't know that. Yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I'm the flower girl.
Okay.
The petals, I'll be. All right.
Oh, yo.
Was that a no, Courtney?
No, I mean, typically flower girls are like, little girls, bro.
Who I gotta
You a
fight?
grown woman.
You got nieces? Because they can really get. That's my position.
Nah.
I'll fight kids. Hello. Okay. Next question.
All right. So we over here, we're talking about like our standards and stuff like that, but let's look at it in an overall perspective. So what are young adult women looking for in a partner? What do you believe right now?
Stability. Oh.
I mean, that's good.
Oh. Security, stability, something. I get it. We're young, but I need please, don't wake up one day and decide that you're about to drop out of school, quit your job, and that's gonna give me a little bit of anxiety, because baby, hold on, I need some type of stability and security. That might just be a me thing, but I need not you don't have to make no type of money or be a engineer, just consistency and stability. I can't do the up and down and craziness and we move into Europe tomorrow because you hate America. let's talk about this. Like, I value, like, I need to know that I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning next to you, and my world is going to come crashing down because you just don't want to do nothing no more. Like, that's going to, like, oh, okay, give me a second. That's when I walk away. That's when I walk away.
Yeah. So it's
For 5 minutes, I'm going to come back to you after that.
So it's really like love, honesty, and dependence on that person.
Yeah.
Because I think right now for young women, if we look at today's generation, like the men, some of them are just like, oh, no. It's just, it's like, you can't, they're not going to take a committed relationship. Yeah, commitment. There we go. So I think the last one would be commitment, because you want to make sure that that person is for you. Like, no matter what happens, will they be there? Can you tell them anything and everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, things probably that you don't even tell your family, or things that you only tell, like, just to God, probably. Yeah. And then the next person is him. So I think, like, a lot of women just want love, you know, make sure, like, you're being affectionate. That's something I need that in my relationship. Like, I need affection, okay? I don't know if it's because I'm a baby girl, so,
are you
like,
the youngest?
Yeah.
Girl, yeah, so, that's exactly what it is.
And I'm a daddy's girl, so my dad gave me heck of affection.
You taking notes, Josh? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so, like, me, I love to be hugged, okay? I love to hold hands. I like that lovey-dovey stuff.
She loves all that PDA. You would have not made it in my high school, girl. Ain't no PDA.
Well.
No PDA.
So, I believe, commitment, too. Yeah, making sure
especially
you're
commitment.
together.
When that one song came out, I forgot what it was called, and, like, in the beginning, he's like, you know, monogamy ain't for everybody. And, like, all the men were, like, saying that and posting that after the caption. I'm like, monogamy ain't for who? Like, for what? Like, too far. Like, it's like, there's a certain level of commitment and, like, loyalty, because.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. True. So how do you feel like when it comes to when somebody is being committed, do you feel like you can give that same commitment, or do you kind of feel like you kind of like have an issue with tying yourself down to one person?
No, I don't think I don't have an issue with commitment, because, I mean, if you like the person, then why, I don't know, if you want to have multiple people, then why be in a relationship? Like, you can have your issues with commitment. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, there wouldn't be an issue if you weren't in a relationship. Like, I don't know how to put it, really.
Well, I could say for me, it was hard. Like, I know that I'm 20 now, but when I was, like, between, like, middle school and high school, it was hard for me. Like, I was committed, but sometimes you get those feelings and emotions, and you see somebody else, and they like you, and you like them. And then you like, why do I have these feelings and emotions? And I'm in a relationship. But it does become hard because it's just natural. It's like those natural feelings and emotions that you get. You don't know where it comes from. It just comes out of the clear blue. And you're like, am I really cheating? Well, I'm not cheating. It's feelings. I don't know. Am I cheating? For real. Like, I felt that way. I'm like, am I cheating? I don't know if I'm cheating or not.
I'm going to sit this one out.
I'm
going to sit this question out.
I'm basically not, because I didn't talk to the guy. I didn't flirt with him, but I do have feelings. So,
but there is emotional cheating.
If you have that confusion, then the answer is no. Then you don't need to be in the relationship.
Emotional cheating is real, y'all. Emotional cheating is real, and it can happen.
Y'all tell me.
Okay, it can happen. I mean, I've never emotionally cheated, but I'm saying I've seen someone that has emotionally cheated. So I was just like, she was just like, oh no, like, I mean, I don't want to like do nothing with him. It's just that, you know, I think about him a lot, and sometimes, you know, when I'm with my other dude, I'll be thinking about him.
That hurts. But
I was committed. I never changed up. I was committed, and I am committed to this day. I'm just saying, but. Okay. That has happened. Cool. But I'm just saying, sometimes it's hard.
What I'm gonna say is, feelings are fleeting. Feelings and emotions are so fleeting. Do not go messing up the happy home that you done built and all of that because you got a momentary little, he fine. Mm-hmm. Like, feelings and emotions are so fleeting, man. Do not. It don't, like,
and the heart
the grass don't be greener. Yes. The grass is really ever.
Okay, well, Angie, quick question.
Oh, no.
Because then we got to go on to the next one. Okay, so do you feel like, no, because I'm not, I don't like to play devil's advocate, but sometimes I do.
I hate her questions, y'all, because
No, okay, so say if you was feeling a certain type of way towards another person, right? Would you or would you not tell your boyfriend? Like,
I wouldn't tell my boyfriend.
even
I
if
plead
it was
the
a
fifth.
simple like,
I plead the
I'm not
fifth.
gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm thinking about.
Oh,
like,
I don't know.
I'm pleading the fifth.
So you wouldn't. So
I plead the fifth. That means I'm gonna answer.
That's a good answer.
You're not gonna answer it?
But don't answer. I mean,
Trying to
it's
set me up.
I would like try to get him out my head. I'll be like trying to shake the thought first.
What you mean tell him?
And then if,
No,
and
like,
then
if
if it's
you-
like
you
gets
rather just, like, hide that and be
excessive,
like-
if it gets excessive,
Tell him
then
for
maybe we
what?
can sit down.
What am I gonna tell him for? So he can knock
maybe
my head
get it
off?
out your
No.
head.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
That's
get
a
it.
hard question.
You get it.
For real, I'm gonna go and pick a fight because I'm feeling great.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a
gonna-
fight. Just to you gotta pick and
That-
choose your battles, and that's one
I'm
that
gonna
you
tell
should.
God. God not gonna work that out
No, I
between
agree.
ourselves.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because for real, because I'm gonna say this: men think they all tough and stuff, but they can. You tell
You get their feelings
you
hurt.
tell a man you think of somebody else, he gonna be by the Scioto River, just sad, just man,
Yo.
like Drake, the whole Drake playlist.
Ain't nothing wrong with Drake.
Y'all, Eli been hurt. We working on him. It's okay. We healing Eli.
I'm weak. Okay, so with that being said, so like
I'm not
when it-
telling nobody nothing. That was my answer.
So when it comes to relationships, what are some things you think men are misunderstanding about women?
For me, being respectful. Like, a lot of guys, like I said, they don't open the door for you a lot. Not only that, but just respecting my boundaries and not crossing those boundaries. Like, I'm a virgin. I'm not trying to have sex until I get married. But then there's guys that look at me and like, oh, you got a nice body. You got nice legs. Oh, you work out. You're a bodybuilder. Oh, yeah, you're this. And I'm like, I've been feeling uncomfortable because I'm like, I don't do this. This is not me.
Right.
So I go around their little flirtatious answers and stuff. I go around it, and I don't be knowing what to say because I'm like, I don't do that. I don't talk like this. And it becomes hard because it's like, why are y'all like that? Not all of them, but some of them like, why are y'all like that? Like, why can't you just respect me for me? And then I'm like, I'm not about to change for a guy just because he's that way. If you're like that, that's on you. But this is what I do. And I don't want you crossing my boundaries. And
think
I'm going
that's
to
a good
respect
one,
myself.
boundaries.
Yeah, I'm going to
Men
respect
take
myself.
boundaries so personal. You trying to
They
set a
do.
boundary and he thinks it's about you. Sir, this boundary don't got nothing to do with you, okay? I have
Right.
daddy issues. Leave me alone. It's not about you. Like,
Right.
this is not about you, okay? Like,
Because once you cross that line and
like
you
men
decide
take
to have,
boundaries so, like, boy, I'm trying to work on me. This is about me and what I
Yeah.
need in my life. You think I'm not trying to have sex because I don't like you? Like, humble yourself. Please get on my face.
Yeah.
Like, this don't got nothing to do with you.
A lot of things that you do in a relationship can stem from other places. And I think sometimes we can misunderstand that it's not that person that's treating us wrong. It's just that something in our past has happened that looks familiar to this. So I'm going to react a certain type of way. And I feel like that it sometimes sucks because it's like, dang, you feel like you're being blamed for something that had nothing to do with you. But at the same time, it's like you're kind of dealing with that effect. So it's like, how can I maneuver or navigate, or both of us navigate our way out of this, where it's like, okay, I'm going to make sure like I'm respecting your boundaries. And at the same time, like, we are also trying to get you through a process of healing too, where it doesn't remind you of that, or you don't have to feel like you have to all the time hold a boundary. Because sometimes I feel like there are some unnecessary boundaries that we hold for people. Yeah, for people that have all good intentions. For real. Like, I feel like I would do that just with my friends. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a hard time making friends because of that trust issue that I had with other people. So I think it's just kind of like hard on how you you want to take down those boundaries, but something from your past will be like, I don't know. But I think for me, like, something that's misunderstanding about women is when we vent.
It's not an argument.
It's not. It's like I'm really not trying to argue, and it's like I'm not trying to look for a problem solving.
For real.
We're just
Solution.
having a conversation.
Like, it's not an argument, but we can make it an argument if you want to go there.
Yeah.
But that
I
wasn't
mean, it
my
can be
intention.
that.
But that wasn't my intention.
It can be that.
But
When
she
I
would have
wanna-
started, I'm going to finish it. But that
Yes.
wasn't even my intention.
Yes, and when we vent, we just want to vent. Like, we just want to talk about it. That's it. Like, I'm not looking for you to solve my issue. I'm not looking
No,
for
for
you
real.
to like do anything. I just want someone to listen to me, and it's like, okay, let's end it right there. Unless I ask you like, okay, what should I do? But I don't know. I feel like that's how I feel.
Listen, y'all, one time I got into it with my best friend. Love her. But we just, we got into a really stupid argument. It was my fault. But I'm, like, venting to, like, my significant other, right? And he's like, I mean, if you that mad, just stop being her friend. I'm like, stop being her friend? That's my best friend. Don't talk about her. I can say this. Don't you ever step to my best. No, like, y'all don't, we're just venting. Like, don't try to solve or nothing. Like, talking about some stop being her friend. What you mean stop? What?
Okay, but
that's the point.
But okay, I read a book by Steve Harvey, Think Like a Man. Okay, I know, like that
was a good movie. I didn't read the book, y'all, but
I read the book. I read the book, and Steve Harvey said that men are naturally problem solvers. Like, they're gonna try to solve the problem. If you come to them about something, they're just automatically thinking of ways on how to help you.
I believe that. Ain't no man natural problem solver. Solve your own problems then. If you a problem solver,
but do you also notice about men, like, how they don't really, when they talk about something, it's very, like, short-worded or something, or if they're talking about it, they're just talking about on how to fix it. They're not like women. Like, we're very emotional creatures. We are nurturers. We can talk for hours about one conversation versus men. Then men will be like, say one thing to them and that's it. And the next time you see them, they already solved that problem.
And I'll be so confused. I'm like, I thought we didn't like him. Like, I'll be so confused.
I just feel like they're quick to not care. They're quick to just
you fake.
Or
Solve
they that, like, it's
yesterday
over. I'm done hearing about it. It's over. Let's stop talking about it.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. Is it okay?
And also, like, another misunderstanding. I don't know. I feel like I went to sleep one day and woke up, and apparently now we expect men to buy us the world, or like. Like, I see, like, people posting, like, Little Baby and Jada. I'm like, listen, sir, we are 21. I do not expect no pink Jeep or a Bugatti. Like, the least you can do is buy. Oh, Courtney, you expect the pink Jeep and a Bugatti? Oh, okay.
I mean,
it
would be nice.
She wants Josh, my sister, she wants the bright pink Bugatti.
My favorite color is pink. So
with
when
the
you said
the
pink,
doors go
I was
like this, not like this. That one. But no, but like really, like it's like when we say like spoiling us, we don't mean, especially like at this age, and just me personally. Okay, Courtney, I don't want a car.
No, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I would like a little bracelet with the letter J on it.
The one from backseat or Y'all, she has it bookmarked in her phone. She has it bookmarked
in her notes.
She
I mean, I went to Polaris the other day and I saw it.
I was like,
that'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, this
that'd be nice.
Well,
to the collection.
So I'm gonna speak for this side of the table. But like when I say like spoil me, like just flowers, like bro, flowers are $5 at Kroger. You was not that down bad. Like if you cash out request yo ho contacts $1, I believe somebody gonna send you at least 5 people in your whole contacts. Yeah. Gonna send you $1. You can go get me some flowers. And it's just like
or some Chick-fil-A, something,
Cardi, I'm here. You here with it? Because I said $5 Chick-fil-A, you had $9.49 with it now. If you get with the lemonade, it's like $12. I'm here, you going here with it.
No, actually, and I'm gonna put y'all on real quick. I'm gonna put y'all on. So instead of getting the fries, get the mac and cheese on the side. It will change your whole life. I
am not eating no mac and cheese from Chick-fil-A.
Okay, don't play Chick-fil-A.
I love myself.
It's
Thank you.
Good,
don't play Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A mac and cheese.
But
it's really good. Thank you.
Do I not have parents
Number
at home
5?
to feed me? I'm gonna go eat mac and cheese. My mentor make better mac and cheese. I will go to her house. I'm not going to no Chick-fil-A for some mac and cheese.
Why are we talking about?
Because she just made me right. Courtney just made me mad at that one.
All right. No. Okay. So next question: when it comes to your mind when you hear the term clingy, when you think of that word,
I don't believe in the word clingy. So.
Okay, so what does that label mean to you, and why is it a turnoff, or for men or for women?
Jocelyn, I think you have a good one on this.
Okay.
Not delegating the question.
Go ahead,
she's like, hey, you take it home.
I feel like if you're clingy, I can't have my space. Like we're both individuals, and we both have our own personalities, and we need our own space. And if you're just all up on me, I can't do what I need to do. And I don't like that. So no, I think it's bad.
I think in general, clingy has a bad connotation. Mm-hmm. Like, and then also it's so like in general it's a bad connotation, but there's also preference. So like, I don't think clingy always has to be bad. Some people will think it's bad, and some people will think it's good. But I think the first general like thought of it is negative.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had anyone be clingy to me, so maybe I'm the clingy one. Is that how that works? If I've never had no one be
Yes!
I don't think
Eli,
clingy
wait,
is
you on that
bad.
side? Or
I think
you,
clingy is okay sometimes. Like I said, it's preference. Like I'm saying clingy is.
So I'm the clingy one then, right?
Okay.
If I've had never experienced it, does that mean that by default I'm the clingy one?
Maybe by default.
Because I've never had anyone really be clingy. It's like, yeah, girl, come over. Yeah, like we can't. Like I don't. I'm the clingy one, I guess. I don't know, but
I
like.
don't know.
I mean, I had this one guy like in high school. He followed me everywhere I went, and I
That's
don't
stalkerish.
like that. Like I don't want. And he was like, when's your next class? And this, like, I don't want you to be all in my business like that. It was just too much. I literally would run from the hallway down to class, and he would be like, he would be like, where did she go? No, he'd be like, where did she go? I'm like, don't tell him where I'm at, because I don't want him to know where I'm at.
Girl,
After
you
class,
don't block him and be
rush out of
like,
class to go
that's-
back to where I need to go, because he would follow me everywhere I went.
That's
And then he wanted to be all up on me. I need my space. I can't do that.
Also with me, it's gonna be a very hard trying to be clingy to me because I believe in the block button. Like, you make me mad one time, oh, you're just blocked. And I do a soft block too, where I block you for 24 hours. So you think you blocked and I unblock you. But if, something happens and God moves you in the spirit to hit me up, then you'll have access to me. But I do a soft block where it's 24 hours, time out.
Sorry.
And like,
Space.
I never in my life feel obligated to text anyone back. Like, I think that's a character flaw, but there is no one on this earth that I feel obligated to text back. Not ever. Like, so that means if I'm texting you back, it's because I actually want to talk to you. I do not. Sorry, you can't force me to text you back. You don't pay my phone bill. I don't even pay my own phone bill. Like, my mom pays it. Y'all, it's a family plan. Hold on.
Hey, it's okay.
It's a family plan.
It's okay.
I just had to lie.
Hey.
But yeah, like, it's gonna be, and I work night shift too. That's the 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So like, catch me if you can. You can't pull up to my job. We got
Catch you if
security.
you
We got OSU Wexford don't play that. Pull up if you can. Like, you're not getting in. So
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Actually, something low key happened to me my freshman year in high
the
school.
Wex?
No.
Oh,
I'm
like-
talking about with being clingy because it wasn't me. It was a dude because I showed him around like the school, and then like I don't know if he was from America. I think he was from Honduras, and then he gave me a kiss on my hand. And then I was just like, okay,
different
I left it
cultures,
at
baby.
that.
I don't know. It's different cultures, baby. I think maybe
We
in
left
Honduras
it at
that might be
that.
acceptable. Because she
But
said
he followed
bouncers.
me. He followed me for like I think a whole month, like around the school, and I was just like, and like apparently he was in my class, but he wasn't like on the like roster. But he went to my class and like just watched me. He was like, "Well, I had a free period, so I just thought I should come in here and watch."
I wish you was so bad with that because you really can't just walk into anybody's. I'm not gonna lie. I've been bored and went to my friend's like psychology class and just sat there like, oh, this is cool. Okay. But, like,
Yeah, I think you can do that.
yeah. But how did you like handle that situation?
I think he just stopped. No, I don't think I ever handled the situation.
I don't think it ever got handled.
Yeah,
Okay, so problems do have a way of working their stuff
yeah,
out.
they do. They do.
Just pray about it, boo.
They do. They do. So, okay, next question. What are some red flags in a relationship?
Red flags be Six Flags sometimes, y'all. What? Hey,
So, like, list some warning signs of, like, what a toxic relationship could be like or unstable relationship.
I have one. We weren't really dating, but you both like will be in love, talking, flirting and stuff. And then like a day later, attitude for no reason. And then he's going off on you just because of the stuff he's been through, and then you trying to take on what he's going through when it has nothing to do with you. So it wasn't real consistent. He was just like off and on. One minute it was like he was happy, next
It's like
minute
wishy-washy?
yeah.
Okay.
It was just crazy. It was too much.
I feel like having no friends. A red
I
flag
was
to
gonna
me.
say
Like, what you
that.
even got no friends? Like, you don't even have. You trying to be my forever friend?
Like,
I'm
if you don't
my
have
friends,
anything
like,
outside of this relationship, like, that's a red flag. Like, if, like she said, you don't have to spend every waking moment with your significant other, and if that's how they want to be, that's a red flag.
Because for real, like, even with
Hard to
just
say.
people in general, like, if I meet another woman, I'm like, oh, she's cool, I like her, but she's like has no friends at all. Why don't people like you? Like,
The way
why
he-
don't you have
yeah.
friends? Like, that's a really, if you have no friends at all, because then it's like, is the pressure on me to change your life? Because, like, I can't be with you 24/7. I have a job.
I think the way, like, he treats others around him like his family. If he's like disrespectful, I feel like that's a red flag because that reflects how he treats other people. I think that if they have no drive, like if they like little things, like if they don't do their work, if they don't go to class, if they're lazy, they have no work ethic, I think that's a red flag because that translates to other things as well. But yeah,
I agree. Finances, that's another red flag for me.
Y'all,
I don't
Courtney
know if
wants
you
this
don't have
Bugatti,
like
y'all. Courtney really wants this Bugatti, y'all.
No,
like, she does.
I'm be for
You
like
got
what
to.
he shows you, like
what he spends his money on,
He's showing
what he
you
listens
now,
to,
like-
what he watches.
I invite you over here.
Go ahead, bring the chair
Speak
back.
it, Haley. You're right.
Listen,
Keep going.
what he listens to, what he watches, what he listens to, watches on Netflix, the artists that he what he entertains, that's like a red flag because that's what he's feeding in his mind, and that translates in your behavior and that translates in your speech, and like you don't even know.
Yeah.
But it's like stuff that you pick up on that he's doing. So I think that's a red flag.
Also, like, if your mother doesn't like me, we can't work out. Like, I'm sorry. If I meet your mom and your mom does not like me, I will respectfully just go ahead and walk out. Because if your mother does not like me, our relationship is not going to work out. Because mom's
like
really,
this.
like, your mother is rolling. Yo, please, if it comes down to me or your mom, choose your mom. I'm like, y'all.
I think it's different if you're married though.
But the thing is, like, why does it, your mother will never have, like, there are so many people in this world who will not have your good intentions in mind or will actually have something against you. But, like, your mother, I just can't see your mother ever coming from a place that's not pure for you. Like, but that's for my, Courtney, hold on, story time, we gonna talk. But personally, though, for me, like, I don't know, if I meet your mom and, like, all things considered, though, like, if your mom is, like, a good person, you know, she's God-fearing, you know,
okay.
the praying
Okay,
mom,
there
you
you
know.
go.
Okay.
If y'all-
Yeah, because I was like, because
Yeah.
you would be shocked.
Okay, so
For
let
real.
me put into context, like, you know, like the loving mothers, like the praying, like if you have a good mother in your life and I meet her and she doesn't like me, like, I might have to charge it to the, because it's like, maybe God is revealing to her something like that we may not be, like,
Yeah, okay.
it may not even be me as a person. Maybe she's like, you know, I carried you in my womb for 9 months. I know who you are. She is a great girl, but I don't think she the one for you. And, like, you don't even gotta be disrespect sometimes. Like, I had a friend who was like, her boyfriend, his mom was like, I love her. And to this day, like, she's now married, you know, happy for them. But, like, they're still, like, her and him are still cool. The mom, big Facebook friends, she be commenting, like, you look so good, your daughter is beautiful. But it's like, I don't know, like, if your mom don't like me, I just... And I don't want to have to make her like me. I'm not trying to fight an uphill battle my whole marriage with you. Like, you win. I don't have the stamina. Like, what?
You owned real hard.
I'm sorry. I was real into
Yo,
it.
here come Elijah. He's gonna.
No,
here
it's
he-
just,
here he
this
comes.
has been, Josh, you can chime in here. This has been such an amazing episode.
Yes.
But y'all have said some really triggering things, and I've been trying not to jump out
Why
the
do you-
screen.
Trying.
'Cause
You've been jumping. You wasn't trying hard enough. You
But-
done like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, pause.
Josh has said
Well,
nothing.
should we go to the next question, or are we letting you guys talk?
No.
Or-
She said, "Are we letting her permission?"
No, because we do need your permission.
Yeah.
This is y'all's episode.
Episode.
And
the
but
question-
I'm
What
gonna
do y'all
say-
wanna
I'm gonna say
speak on?
no.
Yeah, do y'all want to
No, no, no.
I'm gonna say yes
We're
to
going
Josh. I'm
to
gonna say no to Elijah. What about y'all?
It depends on what they want to speak on. Like,
Yeah.
are they speaking on this last question? Or?
Yeah, that's all we're here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So we can go
Oh,
into the last question then.
maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, I'll let you know.
So, what is one of the best pieces of relationship advice you've ever received, or one of the best pieces of advice you can offer to young adults?
When they reveal
Who are
your
listening right
true
now.
colors, listen, or
as Maya Angelou would say, come on.
like, yeah, when they show you your true colors, pay attention. And like she said earlier, like when someone's angry, when we were talking, she was talking about when someone's angry and they're like yelling at you or saying those words, they meant it. So don't disregard what they say when they're angry or anything. When they show your true colors, mean it.
If you have boundaries set for yourself, don't allow guys to cross those boundaries at all. I don't care who you are. Don't allow anybody to cross your boundaries at all.
Ooh. One, I feel like I've gotten a lot of good advice in the past year, for real.
Yeah.
So I think one of the best advice I've ever had, and I even say it like jokingly, but pray about it. Like that, like I literally will. God bless my mentor's heart. I will send her like a full paragraph, the one you gotta click on to read the full, just going off, and she'll be like, just pray about it. Like, and it's like, don't go trying to micromanage something that you already gave up to God, because that means you're trying to say you don't trust Him for real. And my mentor, she always said that to me, and also she also told me like feelings are fleeting, like, because as women, and I'm not trying to speak for everybody, but just for me and my friends, like, man, emotion drives almost all of my actions. That's just not good. Your emotions should not have that much power over you. Like, anybody will tell you, I am emotional. Like, I am a powerhouse of emotion. You gonna feel me. But it's like, emotions and feelings are so fleeting. Like, there's like, it's sometimes I wake up, like, even with the whole road rage, like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, I wasn't really that mad in that moment. And, like, I did all of that for what? Like, what did I gain besides messed up sweatpants? Like... And then, like, lastly, I don't know how y'all gonna take this, but my godmom, hey, Miss Cynthia, she said this to me, and it stuck with me for so long. But we were like arguing about something because I got into it with one of my guy friends, and I was like venting to her about the situation, and she was like, one thing I've learned is that in a relationship, your man's friends will never be your friends, but his enemies will always be your enemies. And that's really stuck with me. That was, when she said that, I was sitting there like, dang. And I think that also goes really big in boundaries too. Like, know as a woman or as a like wife, your place in certain things. Like, really learn how to stay out of men's business for real, and don't overstep. But also, stay behind your man. Like, if my man doesn't like someone for good reason, and I have no prior relationships with him, like, there's no reason why he should have to see me out at a coffee shop, kiki, like you know, like, is it certain things respect, like, you know, and I don't believe in being controlled by men, but if you giving me a valid point as to why you don't want me following someone or you don't want me talking to someone, and it's actually like really valid, I'm not that up in the clouds where I'm about to argue. Like, if it's valid, like, okay, I can submit. Like, if it's valid, like, if you really beefing with somebody and that's really your enemy, you know, you're my man. Like, you know, I should stand with you. But I don't know. That's just me.
Okay, I can agree with you. That's actually something I just learned. Like, your emotions are temporary.
So
my gosh, do not operate in your emotions because they can just cause so much trauma. Like, well, like, for you, like, really, I'm being for real with trauma. Like, just because it's just like, you could deal with so many situations where you've operated in your emotions, and now you have this trauma of like relationships with people, like things that you've destroyed in your life due to you and your emotions. But I would say, like, some advice that I got would honestly be, yes, like, respecting each other as equals. Saying I'm sorry goes a long way. Like, it will save your relationship. It really will. I think that's something that we just looked into. Like, saying I'm sorry, it helps. Like, don't try to seek to understand and to empathize, you know? Like, don't say something just to get your point across or just to win the argument. Like, actually listen to what they're saying, because sometimes they're gonna see something that you don't see in yourself, you know? And I think that's what you're trying to, like, talk about, like, with the mom thing. Because, like, sometimes you, like, a parent or someone outside of it can see something that you two can't see because you're so blinded by it, you know?
That mother's instinct be crazy, man. My mom has honestly pulled me on some, I had a dream about this party, and I didn't go. Man, and I'm like, you woke up, the party got shut up. I said, oh, God, thank you for my mother every day. That mother's instinct, I just can't play with that because of what it's done in my life. Not even from just my own mother, but from any women who's taken me under their wing. And it's like, Angie, I don't think, like, you may be happy now, but this relationship right now, like, girl, it's a phase, boo. I'm like, you're right, but it's fun. Like, you know, like, you're right, but the red flags be sex flags, y'all. Like, but you know, roller coasters aren't always the best thing to
I have nothing to add.
Why was it your idea?
Here's the thing. Listen.
I surprised you like that. Don't talk to my friend like that.
That's just how the show works.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's the question that I have that I didn't get to put on there, was how can we as men or males support you in the relationship in the best way?
listen and get off that doggone game and really listen to me.
Get off the
Like,
game.
Like,
Listen.
man.
Get off the. I'm like,
What has
but get
the
off the game.
ever done
But
to
Football,
I would say-
basketball, all of that.
Like, you want me to buy you a
Listen to
PS5
me.
to get
Yeah.
ignored? You got me confused with somebody else. You got the wrong one.
I would,
I'm out
that
of them.
listening was good. I think that's a good one. is
Yeah, I
listening.
would say that to
being,
support them. Yeah, go
being
ahead.
open and like to different perspectives. Like your way is not always the best way, but being open to hearing what I have to say. Just being open, I guess.
Yeah.
And listening, it all goes
Being a
together.
support system
Yeah.
emotionally, because I know men like that's not really something for men. Like it's really good that men are emotional, but they're not as emotional as women. But if they can like really like try to understand you in that way without thinking about themselves, it goes a long way and it helps. And be affectionate in that time too, you know,
Being able
like
to be vulnerable.
yeah,
Literally.
be vulnerable.
And also, like, when I say honesty, I don't really mean in the terms of, like, you know, like, if you, like, cheat me on, like, because honestly, the truth gonna come out at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah.
if you out here
It's
doing what
gonna
you're supposed to be
come
doing,
out one way or
I really
another.
don't have to stress, you know, because
That's good.
God going to show your
Reveal it.
stuff. But I mean, like, if I ever, like, there's, so my friend Dale, like, sometimes I'll come to him and I'm like, he's like, I'm gonna be honest, like, in this moment, I don't know what to say. Like, I've never dealt with this. And so it's like, just being honest, like, don't give me, like, a flimsy answer to blow me. Like, if you really just don't understand, or if, like, just be emotionally honest. Like, hey, you're a woman, I'm a man. We have differences of emotions. I really don't know or understand what you're going through right now. But he always ends it with, but I'm praying for you. And sometimes, like, we really aren't always looking for, like, an A+ answer sometimes. Like, just let me know you heard me. Like, and I'm the type of person where I'm working on this, where I have to have my feelings validated before I feel like I'm allowed to feel them, which is wrong because my feelings are valid the moment that I felt them. Like,
Yes.
I need to validate my own feelings. But sometimes, like, just let me know you heard me. Like, just like, and when I talk, I'm always like, that makes sense. And it's like, those are my little things. Like, I know my English, well, English is my second language, but I know my words made sense. But, like, did I make sense? Like, you feeling me? Like, do you get what I'm saying? And it's like, just being like, yeah, I hear you. Like, and actually hear me, because I promise you, I talk a lot. I know I talk a lot, but I'm not talking for fun. Like, I'm actually saying some stuff. And it's like, with me, like, if you blow me off once, like, I'm done. Like, and, like, that's, like, a trauma thing, and I know, and I'm working on it, but it's like, if a woman comes to you venting and, like, you blow her off once or whatever, you don't know what her family life is like. You don't know where she's came from. Sometimes that one time you blown her off, you ain't gonna ever get access to her like that ever again.
Yes.
You're done. And it's like, you don't want to be on that side of a woman's emotions, the closed off side. You may think we feel too much, but when we start feeling nothing or feeling nothing towards you or sharing that, that's a slippery slope. You don't want to be there at all.
Yes. Oh, wow, Angie, that was great. I know, I completely agree. It's like, because I do that all the time. I'm like, did that make sense? Like
we know
what I
we
just
make
said,
sense,
I know
but, like,
that was kind of confusing, but was that good and stuff like that? And I think, like, from my perspective, like, even with being in a relationship with Josh, like, something that he tells me a lot, and it makes me feel better. He's like, I don't know what you're going through. I can't relate to that, but I'm here for you. And it's like, that's all I needed.
Not
like,
to gas Josh up, because we beefing right now, because this morning, you know, it was a little hiccup. But, like, even freshman year, like, I remember, like, I would just sometimes knock on him and his roommate's door and be like, Josh, he would just sit there and be like, y'all know the face he be, y'all, you know. And he did a little squint. It's like, and it's like, it's like, you heard me. He like, yeah, Andrew, I hear you. And it's like, literally, our conversation would be me going off for like 20 minutes, and he'd be like, I hear you. And it's like, you heard me. Okay, that's what I needed. Have a good day, and just walk out. And it looked like, Josh, you could have.
That's real.
And it's like, that's all I needed. Like, cause you heard me. Like, I was like, I hear you. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have a good day now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, it really be that. We're not that complicated. I promise. We are not no long algorithm. Like, it's.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Eli?
I was laughing. That's
So really, you guys are back here for no reason.
No, I just really wanted to ask that question and I couldn't type it in.
Okay.
I'm weak. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Let's go.
Oh no, I wanted to say one more thing about you though. I think like with when it comes to being vulnerable, like, as women, I feel like we can just go to dang near anybody, I feel like, a lot of times. Like,
That's not good.
it's
Really?
not
Yeah,
as...
I'm like, I used to be like that, but I've learned, girl, not everybody cares.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like for me, I feel like it's quick for me. Okay, let me say it like this. Like, I don't trust a lot of people, but once I trust you, I trust you.
Yeah.
Like, I can go to you about anything. And sometimes I can trust you, like, quickly, or sometimes it's just going to take me a little minute.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where I would feel like sometimes I would be clingy to people. It's just because, like, I trust them, or like I really care about them or something like that, and it feels like I can do anything with you. I can share myself with you, thoughts, feelings, or anything like that. But I really agree with you when it comes to just sharing yourself and just like talking those things out, and feel like you have that sense of release off of you, and just to know that you have somebody there to do that, it just makes you feel even more better. You know, it's good to... It's not good to hold things in, but it's also good to know that you have somebody to go to and share that with. You know, that consistent person that no matter what you do or something like that, you can always go to them, if that makes sense.
And I'm going to say one thing, and you have to really listen to me when I say this, or you might think I'm contradicting myself, but, like, actually hear me when I say this, though. I do feel like, though, as women, and I'm speaking of a place of like me, like, I'm the first suspect or person of this, but we really have to watch with the venting and dumping, because I didn't really realize this, but sometimes our men, like, they can take on a lot of our emotions. You know, like with women, we feel everything in its entirety. And, you know, let's say he done already had a bad day, and he, like, you know, men, their bad days are easily, like, kind of, like, get them the game and, like, a coffee or a Coke and they're good. But it's like, if I come in with my bad day and I'm just raining down on you, like, and then you're just like, okay, and then it's like, sometimes we're just kind of like, you know, like, how was your day? Like, how are you feeling? Or just like a simple, like, hey, I had a really, really bad day, but, like, do you have the capacity right now to hear this? Because even though we feel like men have no emotions and they're like zombies, like, they do. And just, like, moving forward and, like, just, you know, with relationships, I apply relationships to all relationships in my life, like friends, parental, emotional, romantic, all of that. And it's like, I've also had to learn that, you know, with women, when we vent, we go to town. We vent. We really, like, we vent. Like, we feel everything and we, like, dump it out. And, like, I've noticed that people kind of, like, trust me very easily and early on. And even I've noticed that, like, man, like, it's 12 a.m. and I've done gotten 20 messages because I guess Olympus fell yesterday and everybody was feeling something. And now it's like, even my own emotions, I'm like, I don't even know how I feel right now. Like, that was so emotionally taxing. And I remember, like, with my guy friends, like, you know, Daniel and, like, Dale are my two guy best friends. We have a group chat, and sometimes we read the group chat, it's just me, paragraphs on paragraphs on paragraphs, just going to town. I'm just like, man, I didn't even actually have the capacity for this right now. Like, I don't even know what they're going through. And I think a lot of times it just takes us taking a step back, talking to God first. Because sometimes I've talked to God with, like, 3 pages worth of venting, and after, like, praying about it, it's not like 1 page. You know, I've worked out my emotions, I figured out what I'm really mad about, and I've kind of processed it. And now I can come to someone and be like, okay, so here's actually how I'm feeling, what I'm mad about, and, you know, here it is. Instead of just, like, dumping and just, like, being like a storm of emotion and chaos and just, I'm mad, angry, sad, and I'm hungry. Like, girl, go eat and then come back. Now you're just mad, sad, and angry. The hungry, you know, you could have fixed that yourself, you know? And that's just one thing. Like, you know, it's like the venting and there's the dumping. Then it also all just goes back to, like, always take it to God first. Because I've been mad sometimes and I just prayed about it and I'm just like, ooh, I feel better. Like with that road situation, if I would have prayed, I would have handled that better. I would have. But in that moment, I didn't want to pray. I chose violence. But
yeah, that's something my dad always says. My dad says, do not make yourself be, or do not let someone be your dumpster.
Literally.
You know, like, open them up and just pour, like, all your crap or your everything into them, because now they have to carry that weight. So, and that's an important thing in a relationship. Do not allow someone to be your dumpster and do not become their dumpster, you know? So, because you can easily become that, because you just want to be nice, you want to be loving. You're like, yeah, of course you can tell me. So, I was thinking, like, it kind of be hard. Like, even though you say, like, do you have the capacity to handle this? They could just say, yeah, I do. Like, what's going on?
But
Because I just
also,
want to be there.
actually answer. Like, don't say yes you do if you don't. 'Cause
And
then
it'd be
you're gonna
hard, though, to answer the
feel
truth
animosity
sometimes.
towards me. And it's like, I want you to be there for me because you genuinely want to be there. But if I'm always dumping on you, at some point you're going to feel obligated. Like, I don't even want to hear about her dicks. I know she's going to have 20,000 emotions and how all her coworkers had her messed up and how she almost went off on her boss. And it's like, all right, let me just do this. But I want you to actually, like, be there for me because you care. Because if you want to, like, if I'm sad every day, if I tell you I'm sad on the 8th day, you're going to be like, well, that's the norm. Like, you know, like, also be intentional about it.
But I promise you, though, because I dealt with this actually, like, from my own experience with someone in my life, where, yes, you can feel like you're like, you know, it's your responsibility to do that. So instead of your reasoning on why you're listening to him being, oh, because I love you and I care about you, it is, well, it's because you are my so-and-so, like, or you're my brother, you're my mom, you're my dad, like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
I can't care about how I feel. I have to do this for you. So you disregard your feelings completely, and now you're dealing with all of their stuff, and it's going to become very overwhelming for you. And then when you see them or if they're talking to you about it, you're not even coming from a place of love. Now you're just coming from a place from being numb. Like, you're just like, I'm listening to you, but I'm not listening to you because I feel like I have to listen to you automatically. So there's that.
Girl, let me tell you, last week I was talking to my mentor. No, listen, because you just really hit me in my heart with that one. And she was like, I was really worried about somebody. Like, I was like, I am so worried about this girl. Like, and she's like, I'm not worried. You worrying me more by being worried. I'm like, what you mean? You don't care. You're so mean. I'm always calling her mean. She's like, I'm not mean, Angie, but it's like the strongest thing I can do for her is pray for her. Like, I think sometimes we have to realize, like, what we could ever do, like, even hearing somebody out or, like, being there is nothing compared to what God can do. I find relief in knowing that if I do not have the capacity right now, I do not have to be there because you are the daughter of a king. Like, if I don't got it, best believe God got you. Like, even if I'm not there in that moment to be there for you, me setting up a quick prayer is probably gonna help you way more than me pulling up to your house could have helped you. Like, I have found a lot of relief lately knowing that when I'm not at 100%, God is always at 100%. And because it's like, if you praying every night for God to protect your family and friends, but you still feeling obligated in every second, even when you're not okay, to be there for them, are you really trusting God to protect your family and friends? Like, God didn't bring me on earth to be nobody's savior. That was not in my job description when I was born here. And it's like, I found a lot of relief lately knowing, like, if I can't be there for you, it's going to be good because God got you. And what God can do, I can never touch, like, or ever get close to doing.
And to tell you the truth, you're never going to have the capacity. Like, even though you say, like, I may not have it right now, just to tell you the truth, you're never going to have the capacity. Even when you feel like you do have it, then you're not. Because, again, when going back with God, only God has that capacity.
Man.
And if you try to tell them that you have the capacity to handle their issues, they're going to think, okay, then I can replace God with you.
Please
and
don't.
I can just, I don't have to go to God about this because I have someone I can actually physically see. I have someone that can actually tell me something. I can actually hear their voice. I can see what they're doing. So then that's why it's like, it's dangerous to consistently tell somebody, oh, I'm here to listen to you. I'm here to listen to you. Like, sometimes you have to change the conversation and be like, okay, let's pray. Like, I know you wanted to talk about it, but let's pray. I feel like
you don't want
talked
to
about
pray,
it too
then you
much.
really don't want my help because, like, if you get turned off as soon as I say let's pray, then it's like, girl, I don't know what you think I was, because regardless, when we got off the phone, I was going to pray anyways. Like, that was my mode of con. That was what I was going to do regardless. So if you don't want to pray, then I don't know what you want to start next. Like, what would you want me to do for you? Like, and also, like, girl, I don't have, like, a heaven or a hell to put you in. So please do not try to replace me with God.
I think that was my last piece of advice. Just do not replace your significant other, like, with God. Like, do not. I hope I said that right. Basically,
no, I know exactly.
Yeah,
what
like,
you're saying,
do not like say, like, because a lot of people, we put people on a pedestal. Once we get in a relationship, we idol them and we forget about God. We forget about our first love. For real, So that's another piece of advice. Take everything to God about your relationship, but do not replace God with your relationship.
And it's not going to work because if you put somebody on a pedestal of God, that's unfair to them because they're never going to fill up to them big old shoes. God probably like a size 24 shoe. Like, Ain't nobody gonna fill out them shoes. You feel me? And then you gonna grow animosity towards them because you expected him to come save you and swoop in with the cape and on. He just never will. And then it's like, well, slippery slope. You feel me? Elijah, I want to hear from you. Cause you brought this chair, you know, you got the do-rag and the shorts, you matching, you looking so nice.
You matching?
I would love to hear from you.
This is not our episode.
This is not my episode. I just really wanted to ask that question and I couldn't type it in. But
Well, that was a good question.
Josh, anything you? I genuinely, for once, want to hear from the
You
men.
did good.
and I'll say this real quickly. I think we hear too much from men on these issues.
Really?
I do.
It's like I don't hear enough.
We hear too much. And there's not many platforms or dominant figures that talk about a female's perspective when it comes to relationships, if you really think about it. Well, at least from my perspective, when
I
it
think
comes
about
to this.
community because I feel like I hear a lot more from women than I do from men. But that
That
maybe
makes
it's
sense.
probably like who you surround yourself with. Because when you bring up relationships with men, they're like, "Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Y'all finna tell us how we suck and how we're cancer.
Now that is true.
And how we don't deserve
That
nothing
is
but
true.
tap water. Like, you know, I would love to hear from like, you know, men more. But like,
Really? That's
you're
crazy.
but intent, like, don't come to me with a bunch of rah-rah. Like, think about what you're saying first, because I will
Right.
tune you out in a second. But
I
like,
feel it. I feel it.
because what personally to you guys, what is one thing you feel like as women we misunderstand about men? One thing. You get one.
Josh.
Go ahead, Josh.
You go ahead.
Oh, Courtney,
Oh,
take it home,
Hey,
boo.
hey, don't get in trouble.
Oh no, I'll make sure I know. I'll make sure.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I know. You all are in luck because these questions are going to be asked
Yes.
to men.
Wow.
Yes, we're
cool.
going to have
Really?
a men's panel, and so this question will be asked to multiple men.
Yes.
But one thing very quickly that I think women misunderstand about men is that we're one-dimensional. I would
Elaborate.
I would.
I think that's true.
I would go to my significant other or this man and talk to him about this, but all he wants to do is play the game. All he wants is this. He's one-dimensional because I don't know if you've ever heard the analogy, women's minds are like spaghetti and men's minds are like waffles. We compartmentalize. I can only do this one thing at this one time. And so they're going to compartmentalize me too. I'm going to compartmentalize this relationship. This is my time with Courtney, and then this is everything else. So if Courtney is asking me about anything else, I can't because I'm one-dimensional. I only want to talk about this.
Right.
I'm only interested in you for sex. I'm only here for this one reason. Let's keep it real.
Keep it real,
I mean,
homie.
she just started laughing, so I had to laugh.
Honey, you want to hold my hand? I feel like we triggered you a lot.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine.
So you want to hold my hand now?
That's not. See, this is a misconception. That just because we say no, we mean anyways. But that's for a whole different episode. This is all to hear from you all's point of view.
Pray for you, honey.
Please pray for me.
It was good though, and I'm excited for the men's panel.
It was
Yes, this is.
And thank
really
you all
good.
for being here.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for having
us.
Yeah, we were excited to be here.
All of
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
And the water. Y'all,
With our
we put
names on
in the
it,
water.
yeah, that was
We made
good.
it big in
Well,
life.
Look, we
Court-
can produce.
Yes.
We can do this. So
can do this.
again, for the second episode in a row, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Listen,
Because we had
these
Bishop
lovely
on
ladies,
here.
right.
We had Kennedy, Devin. Like, listen, y'all get hit.
Yes.
Hit this year.
After hit.
But I'm going to turn it back into the hands of Courtney. This is not a church service, but I feel the anointing rolling right now.
Oh no!
I feel it. I feel
No,
it.
no.
Oh, wait.
The church service is ending. It's over.
Okay, I guess Courtney, you don't want to do it.
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're closing.
What's
We're
the
closing
assignment?
out the show.
Oh, okay.
Bye, guys.
Wait. Yo, Haley, there's a way we do
You
it.
got somewhere to be.
I know. That's
I
why I don't know. Okay. Well, as me and Josh always say, a conversation
Begins
and ends.
with an open ear.
Listen, we want to thank you all for tuning into the conversation
that was
with these
cute.
four amazing. What?
I said that was cute.
You don't watch the show. That's what you just proved. All right.
Ready to start with
Shout out to my
Y'all have
hairstylist,
been-
Courtney.
What?
Nothing.
Say it again.
I'm so long.
No, I was saying shout out to my hairstylist, Courtney Roberts. She told me to give her a shout out on here.
Oh, God. Hey.
Shout out to me.
All
Shout out
right. Well, listen.
Me.
This has been great. Y'all have a great day. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
That was fun.